Hello everyone and welcome to the Redmen TV. Steve here with the player rating show after Liverpool just beat Cardiff City 3-1 at Anfield in the FA Cup 4th round, setting themselves up for a 5th round tie against Norwich City at home. And you know what, the possibilities are endless from there on, aren't they? Liverpool have got a home game in the 5th round, get through that, touch wood, and as well as the League Cup final, Liverpool are in another domestic cup quarter-final. The Champions League were through in that as well. The title race were hanging on by a thread, but we're there or thereabouts, aren't we? So yeah, exciting times to be a Liverpool fan. In a moment, I'm going to get through I'm going to go through each one of these players and give them a rating out of 10. I'm going to need your help when I'm doing that in the live chat. Before then, though, I want you guys to vote for your man of the match. To do that, what you have to do is an exclamation mark, the word vote, V-O-T-E, press space, and then the number of the player which correlates to this list over on my left-hand side. So, for example, if you think Keller was Liverpool's man of the match in this game, you would simply exclamation mark, V-O-T-E, space, 1, hit return, and that vote will be counted. Do that in the live chat. At the end of the show, we'll tally up all of those votes and we'll see who you guys thought was Liverpool's best player. And fingers crossed, if things goes well, your vote will match up with the guy who I give the highest ratings to. Right then, while all you guys vote for your man of the match, we're going to sign off from Twitter now. So click on the link on Twitter if you haven't done that already. Come and join us on the show. And while every one of you votes for your man of the match here on the YouTube channel, I'm going to give a minute to do so by watching this ad about our upcoming feature, our banners feature, the Craftsman of the Cop. It comes out on the 9th of February. Check this out.
A couple of things happened in my personal life. I was struggling with my mental health, and also around about the same time my physical health started to deteriorate. Constant pain, like day and night. I couldn't sleep, and things were getting so on top of me that what would normally be something that I could cope with quite normally seemed like an insurmountable mountain. We were trying to find coping mechanisms, ways that I could use my mind, distract my mind and get myself doing things. And it was then that my banners occurred to me again.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. Streaming live on Redmen Plus from the 9th of February will be the Craftsman of the Cop. To tune in, all you got to do is head on over to theredmentv.com, sign up as a Redmen Plus subscriber, and you'll get to watch that. You'll get access to our amazing murals documentary that is live now, the Hendo 10 stuff that we've already done in the past as well. There's tons and tons of documentaries on there for you to go through, and obviously you'll also get access to all of our weekly live content as well. The debate show, the final word show, the opposition preview, the instant match reaction, all those things as well. So do head on over to redmentv.com and join Redmen Plus if you want to get involved with all of that. Right then, I can see on the live chat you're all voting for your man of the match. Keep doing that as we go through the show. But now I'm going to start giving these lads a rating out of 10. Again, you guys can jump in the live chat and help me. You don't have to write the word vote, no exclamation marks, no nothing like that. All you need to do is write the name of the player, what rating you would give them out of 10. If you want to give them a little explanation as well, please do. I'll try and get to as many as I can. Right then, Keller had very, very, very little to do, except nearly get sent off. That's the only thing of note that Keevan really had. He didn't really have a save. I think they had 2 shots on target, didn't really have too much of a chance, maybe with the goal, although it wasn't right in the corner. He has a save early in the first half from a very tight angle, but other than that, obviously the main talking point is the fact that Keevan gets booked as a VAR check. Is it a foul? Is it a denial of a goal scoring opportunity? Is it serious foul play considering how high he catches? I think it was Harris for Cardiff on the leg. So yeah, it was a very eventful couple of minutes there for Keller. Let me know how you guys think for Kelleher. We've got Peter who gives him a 6, says he probably should have got a red. Me and Ella in the studio both agreed he got a red. I think I saw a comment saying Steve Morrison, the Cardiff manager, actually thought a yellow was fair enough, which credit to him if that's what he thought. But I'm I don't know, I think it was a red, to be honest. Let me see, we've got Dickie, one of our members, although Dickie gives him a 7. The red guy says, I'm a little surprised he wasn't sent off. Gavin gives him a 6.5, Jack gives him a 7. Jamie says the same, yeah, lucky to not get sent off. Keller, 6.5, 6 again. Lots of people say he was a bit unlucky, or a bit lucky rather, not to be sent off. Don't know if you guys agree with that. I think he probably was. I think it's less than this. I think it was a red card. I think it was reckless from Keevan. I'm going to go less than a 6. I'm going to give him a 5.5. Didn't have a lot to do. The goal, I don't think it's his fault completely. The guy runs down the middle of Liverpool's midfield, but it wasn't right in the corner. And again, I think it was a red card. I think it was a bad tackle. It was a poor error of judgment for him to be there. It looked like Kanate was going to deal with that anyway. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 5.5 for Keevan Kelleher. Right then, Kostas Tsimikas, very much a crowd favourite, and sometimes when you hear like a crowd favourite or a cult hero, like, it usually means they're pretty rubbish at footy, to be honest. A lot of these times in the past, it's just someone we like, but we tend to laugh at. Kostas is much better than that. But I think he endears himself with his commitment, his effort, and more importantly, his skill as well. I think we see that for the Taki Minamino goal. Just, he never gives up. He's always scrapping, always fighting. He's on the floor, he's up again, he's running down. I thought he had a good game overall on the left-hand side. His corners were decent. I preferred it when he went to take the in-swingers as well, rather than the out-swingers. I always prefer in-swinging corners. So when he trotted on over there. But I thought Kostas had a very good game. Let me have a look what you guys think, if you agree. We've got Haikal, who gives him an 8. Samuel gives him an 8. Simon says 6. So, okay, maybe you don't agree with that then. Peter gives him a 7. We've got Luke gives him an 8. 8.5 for I'm One Dog. 8.5 for Shamim. Kostas 9, he was a man of the match contender for me, says Slavin. 8 from 16, that's weird. SG gives him an 8 as well. The Hilton Lamb gives him an 8. We've got 9 from Dickie. We've got 5.5 from Neverman, who says I don't think he was clumsy today. I thought Kostas had a good game, to be honest with you. I think he had a very good game. I think I'm going to say 8. Solid game, very good game from Kostas Tsimikas. I liked what I saw from him. Virgil van Dijk next then. I thought for the goal, I get what he was doing because he was trying to block off the pass to the other guy, but the danger was clear down the pitch, and I think Virgil probably should have came across a little bit earlier, to be honest, and tried to get in the way of the shot. If he passes past Virgil, then let that guy have a chance. Fair play to him. But I don't think he covered himself in glory, to be honest, from that point on. Other than that, I must caveat, I thought he was absolutely magnificent again, defending, headers, the long throws, he was getting his head on. He didn't have many corner kicks, but he gets his head on those. I thought, the long ball forward more often than not he dealt with, gets a whack in the face for his troubles as well. But I thought Virgil had a very, very good game. And I think it's a great point from Neverman, who says Van Dijk, I'll give him a 7. He stopped most danger before it even became dangerous. And that's kind of what Virgil does. He doesn't have to be in the moment too much. You don't see Virgil last gas slides and rushing about, because he's always in the right place at the right time anyway. But I thought he had a pretty good game, to be honest. I have a little look at your ratings then. We've got an 8 from KH, a 9.5. It would have been a 10 if we didn't concede. He was like a Rolls Royce today, says Luke. Josie gives him an 8. Dickie gives him an 8. Ghost Leader gives him 7.5. We've got 8 from Yodit. We've got a 9 from Albion. And we've got an 8 from Jeff. An 8 from Bonjo. 9 from Cass. As Ali McCoy said, he's a Rolls Royce Martin 8. Yeah, I think he's pretty better than an 8, to be honest. I thought he was a 9. I don't think he was amazing for the goal, but other than that, I thought he was pretty much faultless. And the goal wasn't exactly his fault either, so I'm going to give Virgil a 9. Kanate, there was screams for a penalty in the first half, but I'll be honest, I think it was a dive. I think the lad's just threw himself to the floor. Don't think it was a foul at all. Other than that, with his bald head, we might need to Photoshop Kanate's hair off here and just go and stick it on Thiago over there, because they've changed haircuts in the last few days. Kanate's looking much more like my shiny head than he's had in the past. But I'd love to know your thoughts on Kanate. Then I thought he had a very good game. Samuel gives him an 8. We've got SG gives him a 7. Bola Bold, if I've got that wrong, apologies, gives him a 7. Albie gives him a 7. Jody 7. Kanate again. Kaz gives him a 7. Jeff gives him an 8. Again, was he that much worse than Van Dijk? I don't understand what the difference was. Maybe a little tiny bit. Do you think his haircut suits him? I think bald is sexy. Rovox, I think bald is best on every man, to be honest. I think everyone should aspire to be baldy, so yes, I think he looks absolutely fabulous. Yeah, Hilton Lamb, I wonder who else was playing in the back line until I saw Kanate had got his haircut 8. The fact that you know it's Kanate, because he's absolutely massive, that probably should give it away. Yeah, 8. I think 8's fair, to be honest. I'm going to give him an 8. Oh, that's my surname. Apologies to Balderboard. Is it Aragon? I think that's your name, not Balderboard. It's Aragon. I do apologise. Trent Alexander-Arnold then. Mixed game, to be honest. I thought at times his passing was off. I thought he has a chance at a shot in the first half, but he just spoons wide, to be honest with you. His free kicks, one hits the wall and then the other one goes over the bar. Perhaps if he got a third choice, much like Goldilocks, like I said on the watch along, he might have got that one just right. Too low, too high, just right. He didn't get that chance in the end. What he did do was set Liverpool's first goal up with another wonderful ball in to Diogo Jota's head, which again, he deserves praise for. Defensively, he was pretty solid as well, to be honest with you. Didn't really have any issues down our right-hand side. So I'll go, let's see, a game of 2 halves from Trent. I agree. I thought that was the case actually for a lot of Liverpool's more forward players, and we'll get to that in a moment when we do the ratings. Trent now counts as a forward player almost, doesn't he? So I think, let's have a look. Trent has to be higher than a 7. Jack gives him an 8. Marl gives him a 7, disagrees with what Alex says there. We've got Nick gives him an 8. It'd have been a 10 if he'd scored the free kick. He didn't get close to scoring the free kick, to be fair. Hilton Lamb gives him a 7. Nevman is here, gives him a 6.5. Shameen gives him an 8. Kaz gives him an 8 as well. Trent's been playing like this for several games, inconsistent free kicks, but then he delivers a beauty, says Genevieve, gives him a 7.5. I think I'm going to give Trent an 8.5. Gets an extra mark for the assist. I agree, some of his set pieces weren't as good as usual, but they're not. Listen, he does what Trent does, another assist. How may I assist you, says Mr. Alexander-Arnold. Well, he did it very well. Jordan Henderson then playing in the number 6 role. It was a weird game for a number 6 Liverpool because there was very little in terms of an attacking threat from Cardiff, to be honest. He wasn't like he was firefighting in terms of keeping the back door closed. In terms of our attacking play, I think he was a bit loose with the ball, if I'm honest with you, was Jordan. A couple of missed crosses, a couple of poor passes. Sometimes he was a bit too slow to move the ball on. I don't think it was his best game. Again, it was difficult, I must say that, for Liverpool in that first half. It felt like we were half asleep at times, and he was the captain. He was trying to gee us up, but it wasn't quite working for us. Cardiff were very, very deep. So Martin says, Hendo kept the ball moving and was always available. I'd give him an 8. Hilton gives him an 8 as well. Jeff gives him a 7. SG 7.5. Kid No Fear gives him a 6.5. Let's have a little look there. 7 for Hendo, I think, says Luke. Again, Aragon says the skipper gets a 7. I think first half he was average. I think second half he was better. So yeah, I think he wasn't at his best as a number 6. I was thinking in the 6-7 range. So I'll go with you guys. There's more 7s in the chat than 6s. So I'll err on your side and give him a 7. Let's stand over this side then. A attacking midfield duo of Curtis Jones and Naby Keita. I thought in the first half that we might see them tearing Cardiff City apart, and in truth we didn't really do that. Early on, Naby looked right up for it, passing and moving, quick shot, but then it got worse for both of these players, I thought, in that first half. Let's start with Curtis. I'll go with Curtis first. So, you guys are all throwing numbers in there. Give me some for Curtis. I should have clarified that first of all. Jones gets a 7. We've got Jones was a 5 from Daniel. He would have had a hat-trick if the goal was 40 foot tall. If he was playing in the Six Nations, Curtis might have had a good game, you're right. There was a lot of between the posts, just about 40 yards too high. Let's see, there's lots of 5s and 6s rolling. Aidan gives him a 5. Rovox gives him a 6. Luke Lord gives him a 5. It just wasn't his day today. Jones was a 4. He was very poor. I think what annoyed me most about Curtis was that chance in the box in the first half. Because when you go to place a ball, if you go to place it, you're giving up power to make up for accuracy. You know, it's the power-accuracy trade-off. And he places it, but he places it over the bar. Like, you either put your foot through it or place it in the goal. You can't place it over the bar. I thought it was a disappointing game. I'll be honest, from Curtis, I think I am with you guys. I think it was a 5, to be honest. I don't think he had a good game at all. So I'm going to give Curtis a 5. Naby Keita, probably a little bit more sharp, a little sharper than Curtis overall. Again, that one where they fought him on the volley, we've seen him score that goal before, and it just goes over the bar, and then he has a shot which just trickles out for a goal kick. But I thought overall, he was trying to up the tempo, he was trying to link things up on the right-hand side. Naby was better than Curtis this game, says Dennis. Yeah, I tend to agree, Dennis. Not by much, but I think I agree. Hilton Lamb gives him a 6, Tony gives him a 6, Martin gives him a 6, John gives him a 5.5. We've got 6 from dark to light. Yoda gives him a 6. Yeah, there's lots and lots of 6s there. Neverman gives him a 7. And again, Aidan gives him a 5.5. I think I'm in the 6 range, to be honest, so I'm going to go with 6. I think a lot of you guys in the chat there agreed with me as well. Moving on then, I'm conscious that we've got like 1 million subs to do as well to get through, but we're all friends. Are we in a rush? I don't think we're in a rush, but it's fine. We can crack on. Let's go Diogo Jota first then. That turn in the first half was fire. And I wish that had went in because he megs a guy with a Cruyff turn. Unfortunately, his shot goes straight at the goalie. I actually thought his link-up play wasn't amazing, to be honest. I thought at times he was a bit off it in the link-up. But he's so good in the air. Like, for a little fella, it's amazing how good he is in the air. He scores a lot of headed goals and he always finds himself in space. I actually think Sadio Mane is a bit like this at times as well, where they're always in the right place and they're scoring a fair few headers. I always thought Mane was really good in the air. I think Jota might be better in the air than Mane. So I've got to give Jota. I think ITV gave him man of the match. I don't think I would give him man of the match personally, but I would give him a very good rating. There's lots and lots here then. So we've got Brimstar gives him 8.5. Michael gives him an 8.5. Strawberry Pancakes gives him a 9.5. Dickie gives him a 9.5. Hilton Lamb says he was our biggest threat today. Yeah, I think overall, I think that's a fair shout. We've got Martin says 9. Jota, what a finish. He should have had a hat-trick. He could have had 4 goals. Donut's gone one better than you, Martin says he should have had 4. Mohammed gives him an 8. Daniel gives him a 9. 8.5 from Nick. Got tons of ratings coming in there. We've got a 10 from Dark to Light. I don't think he was a 10. That nutmeg, though, says Maurice. That nutmeg, Maurice. I am with you there, my mate. It was a fire nutmeg. I think I'm going to give Jota... I think you have to... Let's go 9.5. He wasn't perfect, but, you know, I've got to give him a better rating than Virgil, haven't I? Considering, you know, he opens the game up. Yeah, what a signing we've made by that fella. It's absolutely ridiculous. We've signed him, you know, better than Figo, don't you know, says the song, and he might actually be better than Figo. We'll find out in due course. Right then, Bobby Firmino up front. Actually, I say Bobby Firmino up front. It's Bobby Firmino up front for a bit, and then Bobby Firmino in midfield for a bit as well. Bobby Firmino essentially playing centre mid when Liverpool make their subs. I don't think it was a Bobby game, if that makes sense. The space really wasn't there for him. He couldn't drag defenders out because he didn't want to go out. I'll be honest. Let's see what you guys think. I've got a number in my head. Let's see if any of you guys agree. Bobby 8 from Simon Willoughby, one of our members. Thanks, Simon. We've got Tony gives him a 6. John gives him a 7.5. Luke David gives him an 8.5. Loads of 7s coming in. I was thinking in the 6-7 range, I'll be honest. I thought he was all right. I thought he was decent. A few nice touch-up. Didn't do a lot wrong. Didn't do a lot right in the attacking third either. I think it took me a while to even realise he was playing at the start of the game, if I'm honest. I think he can do better. I think we've seen better Bobby games. Credit to him for going and having a go in midfield, by the way. Fair play. So the red guy 8 says, whoa, these ratings for Bobby are too high. Yeah, I think anyone give him an 8 or 9, I think that is too high. I think he was probably better than Keita, but not as good as the other. I'm going to give Bobby a 6.5. That's my ratings for Bobby Firmino. Taki Minamino wins the free kick for the first one. Well, first of all, good finish for the offside goal, even though it was offside, obviously. He's not to know that, and he finishes well. I actually thought he didn't start well, and I was thinking, oh no, not another one of these games from Taki Minamino where he just doesn't quite get his chance or doesn't quite take his chance. But actually from about the last 15 minutes of the first half, I thought he was excellent. Wins the free kick for the goal, fair play to him for that. Scores a goal as well just before he's taken off. Some nice flicks and tricks to end the first half, and he was getting about a bit. I thought Taki had a very good game. I thought he started slowly and then grew into the game. Funny enough, Slavin, Taki, 7, grew into the game. But on the same wavelength, my mate. 5.5 to 6 for Bobby. Oh, sorry, that was a Bobby rating. I'll leave that one for now. Dickie gives Taki a 7.5, a 9.5 for Hilton Lamb. Aiden gives him a 7. Didn't do much other than the goal. Came into it a bit before he got... I think he was better than a 7, to be honest. I think he was more in the 8-9 range. And I think, let's say, Taki 9 from Caleb. Taki 8.5 from Strawberry Pancakes. Got 8, got 8, 7.5, 8, got loads of numbers coming in there. I was thinking, to be honest, I think he did it. I'm going to give him an 8. I get accused of hating on Taki Minamino a lot on the show. I don't hate on Taki Minamino. I've got my doubts about if he's ever got a long-term future at Liverpool. And the signs that Liverpool have made maybe hint that he maybe, I don't know. And that there was talk that he were potentially listening to offers. But listen, I thought when given an opportunity, he needs to take his chance. Another goal. He's in the right place at the right time, getting on the end of a move, which is always great to see. His link-up was better. Again, he's buzzing about for the first goal. I thought it was a good game from Taki Minamino, to be honest. So I've given him an 8. Let's go for the subs then. Andy Robertson, first of all. Nice to see Robbo get 20 minutes to half an hour on the pitch. Right decision to get some minutes into his legs. I thought Robertson was pretty good. Let me have a little look what you guys think for Robbo's rating. Robbo, 7, great assist. He did get an assist, did Robbo, which was nice to see. For the Harvey Elliott goal, it was a good ball as well. Everyone here, I can just see Robbo 7, Robbo 7, Robbo 7, Robbo 7, Robbo 7. So I will bow down to you guys and say Robbo 8. I think he gets an 8. The assist was really good. It was nice to see Robbo play. So Robbo gets an 8 from me. I'll leave the returning Diaz, sorry, the new man Diaz and Harvey Elliott till a minute. Let's just do Thiago Milner first. Then Thiago didn't have much of a chance. It was nice to see him back. Fair to say, it was really, really good to see Thiago back on the pitch. Didn't have a lot to do, did he? I'm just gonna give Thiago my customary 7. Milner for their goal looked like he was running in concrete. He really did. I think it was a poor pass from Firmino, by the way. I should have mentioned that earlier when I was doing Bobby's rating. That Bobby, I don't think the pass that he played, Milner did him any favours. Milner looked like he was running in quicksand as well. I think, let's have a look. I think Milner, I'm gonna put him in between Jones and Naby, maybe. 5. You know what? Let's just give him a 5. It's fine. I think he was really slow for the goal. That's the worst five that anyone has ever drawn in their life, by the way. Oh God, I'm going to do another one. There we go. 5 for James Milner. That was horrendous handwriting from me. Right then, let's go Luis Diaz first. Look, thank goodness he wasn't injured. When he goes down holding his knee with his arm in the air, I'll be honest, 10p, 5p, 10p, 5p. That was very much me for those moments. But yeah, it was lovely to see him play, wasn't it? I thought, again, an assist on his debut. He wants to get involved in the game, floating about, buzzing around. Obviously, like I say, presses, doesn't give up for the goal, gets an assist. I think he's trying to tee Jota up, actually, but ends up teeing Minamino up as well. I thought it was really lovely to see him play. Gets a good ovation from Anfield. To be honest, I think he needs to beef up a little bit. I think we've all heard the stories about Lewis and how skinny and stuff he is, and what he went through in his early life. I think Liverpool could do with bulking him up a little bit, to be honest with you. If his frame can hold it. If it can't, he'll be fine. But he looks but other than that, when the lad, obviously it turns out the lad lands on his knee. For a second I thought he'd done his ACL. Jürgen said after the game he just basically got landed on. He should be fine. Which, my goodness me, I was nervous at that point. Let's have a little look at your numbers then. For Diaz, we've got an 8 from Raz. We've got an 8.5 from Yeezy. We've got Mohammed gives him an 8.5. We've got a Diaz 9 from Dark Like Sharp Footwork from Tony gives him an 8 as well. Yeah, loads of different numbers in there. I think I'm going to give him an assist like Robbo, ran around. Yeah, I think an 8 similar to Andy Robertson. I think I'll give him the same. They had the same assist, didn't they? I'll give him 8 as well. Promising start for Luis Diaz. Let's hope we get to see more of him. And thank goodness gracious that knee injury wasn't serious. Right then, Harvey Elliott, the star boy, is back. Oh, it's so good to see him. And what a time to get your first goal for Liverpool Football Club. And what a goal it was. From the second he come on, he looked sharp, he looked direct. He gets a kick and gets back up, which will be great for him psychologically, the fact that his body held up. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. What a touching goal, what a celebration as well. It meant a lot to him, obviously. Let's see what your votes are for Harvey. Luke Lord says a 9.5. Vorak gives him a 9. Sidney gives him a 10. Simon, Harvey 10, future star player. I think he's a star player already. Simon, he's got a long future ahead of him, but he's already a star. The red guy gives him a 10. Hiram gives him a 9. Sean gives him a 10. Loads of 9s, loads of 10s. Neverman, welcome home, Harvey. Samuel, one of our other members, gives him a 10 as well. Yeah, I think I'm with you guys. I am going to give a 10. One of the easiest 10s I've ever had to do on the player rating show, to be honest with you. Lovely to see him back. What a guy. Made up that he gets his goal as well. Fantastic to see Anfield give him the reception when he comes on. And then obviously when he gets the goal, absolutely brilliant from Harvey Elliott. I'm absolutely thrilled for him. You know, I celebrated the 3rd goal against Cardiff in the FA Cup 4th round. A bit like Liverpool had just won the Champions League, given how happy I was for him and what he's been through this season. So shout out to Harvey Elliott. Right then, there my play ratings. So yeah, I've got Keller a 5.5, Costas gets an 8, Virgil gets a 9, Canate 8, Trent got an 8.5, Hendo got a 7, Jones got a 5, Naby got a 6, Jota 9.5, Bobby 6.5, Tahi gets an 8. We've got 8 for Robertson and Diaz, 7s for Thiago, a 5 for Milner and a 10 for Harvey Elliott. Right then, Joey's going to let me know who you guys voted as man of the match. Mine was Harvey Elliott, even though he was only on the pitch for like half an hour or whatever. Let's see how you guys voted. Joe? Harvey Elliott. How many percentage did you get, Joe? 38% of you voted for Harvey Elliott as your man of the match. You agreed with me, and it's easy to see why. Thank you so much, guys, in the live chat for joining along. It's been an absolute pleasure having you. Obviously, coming up shortly over on Redmen Plus, Errol and I will be sitting back in the studio with our instant match reaction. If you want to get involved, all you have to do is go on over to the redmentv.com. There's a big yellow button that says join us. Click on it, go through the steps very, very quickly, and we'll be streaming live in about 15 minutes or so's time, I think, I should imagine. So yeah, please do come over and join us. Like I say, if you do that as well, not only will you get the instant match reaction, you'll get access to the banner show that I showed earlier, the Murals Guide documentary, and then tomorrow morning, Chris Pajak will be in the studio with the final word show, going back in this game in even more detail. So anything you want from Liverpool Football Club, we have got you covered here on the Redmen TV, on the YouTube channel and on our streaming service, Redmen Plus. Right then, I'm off for a little quick break and then I'll be back over on Redmen Plus with that instant match reaction. Thanks so much for voting. Thanks for getting involved with the man of the match. Thanks so much for the live chat. I'm off for a sit down, so I'll see you all later.
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to get your name here and here in the credits of all our YouTube videos, then become a Club Legend member on Redmen Plus. Get access to a full suite of incredible Liverpool content, pre-match, post-match, documentaries, features and interviews. And yes, Club Legends, get their names here and get loads of bonus features as well. Discounted merch, free merch, live show tickets and access to our Club Legend Discord chat, which we use in all of our shows. Get involved, the redmentv.com, Redmen Plus.